Welcome everyone to another video. My name is Hagar, aka Hags, and today I have a part 2 of how to find properties below market value. And of course, as we know, in a time like this, there are definitely plenty of opportunities out there to get yourself an absolute discount. So I've got 4 ways for you today of specific strategies that you can use to go about finding these deals, and stay tuned for the last one because you don't want to miss it. So starting off with my first strategy is using land registry. You're going for a drive, you spot a property and it needs some work doing to it, or it looks like no one's lived there for a while, or possibly someone is living in there and it just needs a huge refurb done to it. And you're probably wondering, how do I even go about finding this property? And of course, that links back to land registry. Write the address down, write the postcode, and go on land registry, and you can find as much detail as land registry has. It's not everything, such as their name, telephone number, address, email address. You're not getting all this stuff. You're going to get certain things, and no one really knows what it is because each house is different. Sometimes you can get a full name, you can get a relative's name, and what I tend to do is, well, firstly it's £3 to get this information, and with this information I will search the person's name on Google or Facebook, etc., to find any details I can find. So I sort of go down the route of the investigation route and do it in the right manner. So you could potentially find their email, or of course do the letter drop-offs as I mentioned in part 1. So there's loads of different ways of using land registry to get hold of this information and to potentially get this property off market. So definitely recommend that one. So now moving on to my next strategy, and that is auctions. Everyone knows auctions, but there are a lot of specifics you need to keep an eye on, because once you win the auction, there's no real turning back and you could get hit with a large fine. So I have done a video on how to purchase through auctions, so go check that one out. Through auctions, you tend to find the most properties that need doing up. Simple as that. And what I like to do, as many times as possible, is try and purchase it before the auction happens. The agent might recommend to the seller that it's best to just accept that offer because they're ready. It's a good number. Of course, you want a deal yourself as well, so you need to slightly offer a bit below, but not enough where they think I may as well just take it to auction. Each scenario is different, but that's one strategy I like to do. But also, of course, you just let the auction happen, and hopefully, if you're lucky, you can get it for a good price. And like I've been saying, in a time like this, you can wait till the auction happens, and you may not get many people bidding. So moving on to my next strategy, and this one might surprise a few people, and you may think this is definitely never gonna happen, but it's social media sites. So Gumtree in particular, which I like to use, and Facebook as my 2 most common ones where you find properties. So believe it or not, people actually list properties on these sites. And yes, I know some of them might be some sort of scam, some of them might not be real, and to be honest, some of them might be from the agent. But if you save a search, you can get emails, you can get alerts, and it will bring up every time a property comes live. Instagram, Facebook, and Gumtree, keep an eye on those. So now moving on to my final strategy of this video, and that is using your builder. Now hear me out. My builder has worked with thousands of people. He's created relationships with them. He's worked on their properties before, or he's worked on a friend's relative, and so on. So if you create a good relationship with your builder, you could go to your builder and say, well, I have funds ready. You know people that you do work for, you know people who know people, etc. You get the gist. And if it's possible, to potentially just ask them, you don't have a property for sale, do you? And your builder can go ask them, doesn't hurt. and potentially they might have a friend of a friend, or them even, looking to sell a property. And from there you can do, again, an off-market trade. And what I would like to do as well is give an incentive at this occasion. So if someone finds me a seller, whatever the situation is, off-market, etc., I will always give you an incentive for it. Just do things that people aren't doing. That's the best way of putting it. If everyone's searching on Rightmove, everyone's searching on Zoopla, you know, you're going to find the deals. I mean, I bought this one through Rightmove, but it's, again, use these other portals because you never know what pops up. So let me know down below if you'll be using these strategies. And I've been Hago, aka Hags. Don't forget the name, and I'll catch you in the next video.